Hello everyone, my name is Kador. Welcome to another music collection video. Mostly noise as usual, but there's, various other types of underground experimental type musics that I'll be showing off today. All tapes and CDs for this one. There's like a few different sources that I got these from, so I'll kind of cluster them together by where I obtained them from. So the first little bundle of tapes that I'll show is from a record store called Unsound Mind Records in Pittsburgh. I was just visiting there not too long ago and just decided to check out this store and just thinking it'd be a regular record store. But they actually happen to have a really nice collection of cassettes of just like noise, black metal, a lot of underground experimental stuff. So naturally, I got a few things that some of which I had already heard or knew about, some of which were just blind buys because I thought they looked cool. So yeah, I'll go through those here. Probably the coolest packaged one is this thing. This is, I think the band's just called Eyes. There's a bunch of eyes. So you kind of take the tape out of this little shell here, just paper. And then it has this receipt. I don't think I've actually scanned this QR code. I'm assuming that just takes it to the Bandcamp or something, but yeah, it's basically the tape is just wrapped in this like receipt paper that has the lyrics printed all over it. So I won't undo that whole thing, but you get the idea. There's the tape. Let's see. That was a little like there's stickers. I haven't put those anywhere. I think the band is 32 ACP and the album's called Eyes, something like that. Yeah. Eyes by 32 ACP. Yep. So yeah, musically this is I guess just like indie music, indie rock, indie folk. It kind of reminds me of like Bright Eyes and AJR, I would say would be reference points. I don't like it as much as either of those bands. It's just kind of okay. It's not really my kind of thing, but packaging's cool, and that's why I got it. So there you go. Next up, there's this this thing. This is another blind buy that I got. I think Video Filth is the band name. This is basically just a little demo tape. It's like 3 very short songs, single-sided. Pretty straightforward presentation. I just like the cover art. It's pretty sick. But yeah, this is like a crust punk, I guess you'd call it. Just kind of raw, noisy, hardcore, aggressive kind of stuff. It's fine, it's nothing that I haven't heard before, but decent for what it is. Next up, we got A Vibrant Struggle with the Molten Snow Tapes, Volume 5. This is, I think they're like a Norwegian group. It was released in 2010, if I remember right. And yeah, it's kind of got this like punctured J-card thing going on here. This is the tape. It's sort of, I'd say it's noise. That's more on like the drone end of things. Kind of ambient, but not like the pretty relaxing kind of ambient. More just like ominous, noisy type of stuff. It's okay. I didn't love it. There was a lot of just like very minimalistic kind of like not much going on. Just sort of basic drone that I wasn't too into. But not horrible. Next up, we got Porno Glows, another just blind buy. I guess, I don't know what's the band name. The Pornography Glows. I don't know what's the band name and what's the album name, but anyways, I forgot to remove the price sticker. This is just kind of like garage rock. I don't know. I just got it because I like the aesthetic, but it's nothing. It's not really my kind of thing, but again, not too bad. Jeez, it's like getting stuck. I can't even open it. What the heck? There we go. Ugh. Got this little insert sandwiched in there. Nice pink tape. And yeah, this is just lyrics and whatnot. Ta-da! So, yeah, nothing really much to say about the music on here. It's okay, but not really something I'm particularly interested in. Next up, we got Government Alpha and Coal Miner, a split called Deadlight Miasma. I got this because Government Alpha is a legendary Japanese harsh noise artist who I've listened to some stuff of before, and it's really good. So naturally, seeing something like that in a record store, I'm gonna get it. Didn't know who Coal Miner was, but yeah, the this is on Orb Tapes, which is a great noise label. They've released a lot of quality stuff. Doink. Yeah, the Government Alpha side is great. Just ripping heavy, harsh noise, exactly what I wanted. The Coal Miner side is okay. It has these like kind of goofy vocals in one part that really detracted from my enjoyment of that part. But aside from that, it's just decent noise. But yeah, Government Alpha, always killer. And then moving into the few black metal things that I got from there. This is Departure Chandelier with Antichrist Rise to Power. This is the only thing I'd gotten that I actually had heard before. I already had listened to this album and liked it. This is a band that features Dominic Furnau of Prurience, Chris Lapke of Albrecht, and OT of Ame Sanglante, and he's in the band Akitsa. So basically, it's just like a kind of super group of these three noise black metal legends coming together and making black metal, and it's really good. Definitely not like reinventing the wheel for the genre or anything, but it's just like raw but still like discernible. Just very very well done black metal. Very good riffs, really nice synths worked into. I'd say that's kind of the standout feature. The J card unfolds like this, and it says Napoleonic War black metal. That's kind of the whole theme of this project, I guess, and it has these funny cult-like photos of them. And then yeah, the lyrics and whatnot on the other side. So yeah, this is a great album. I love it. Yeah, again, like just if you like black metal, this is I don't want to say it's a must listen, but it's a very good solid album that I think you will enjoy. Likewise, the next one is from Ifernach, or however you pronounce that, Capitulation of All Life. I hadn't heard this particular album before, but I heard a few others by Ifernach, and I really liked them, so I figured I would get this one as well. It was released on Tour de Garde, which is actually the OT's label, the guy who was in the previous band. And yeah, it's really good. It's, again, just like very solid, kind of by the numbers black metal. Nothing special, but just really good. Scratches that itch, And same kind of layout actually, with the lyrics on one side, just fold outs, and then these band photos here. Pretty cool. Yeah, nothing else to say about this really. It's just really solid quality black metal. And then we got Conqueror with Antichrist Superiority. Again, I hadn't heard this album, but I had heard one other by Conqueror, and I thought it was pretty good. They're one of the bigger names in war metal, which essentially is black metal, just more bestial or whatever. I don't know. Just all about just like heavy brute aggression, and a lot of it sounds very similar. And this is not an exception to that. It kind of just sounds like everything else in the genre. It's not bad, but again, nothing really noteworthy about it. Just very heavy and intense. And yeah, I guess there's only two people in this band. And finally, the last thing that I got at Unsound Mind Records is this tape by Andrew Effects, Semiotics Volume 1, The Kitchen Window and Other Stories. So Andrew Effects is someone who I actually kind of met online by like searching in Bandcamp, like noise artists near me essentially, and reached out and kind of got in contact that way. And they played the Noise Picnic that I helped put together earlier this year. So it was kind of cool to see that this tape of theirs was just like in the record store that I went to. So naturally I had to get it. Honestly, I don't remember too much about this particular one. I think it was just like, yeah, like various instruments. This is like a very long list of the different instruments used here. Yeah, just kind of improvisation noise, not like harsh noise, but just like weird experimental stuff. And that is a good transition then to the stuff that I got from the various people that came to the Noise Picnic, because I met Andrew in person that day, and they gave me a couple. We traded merch, and they gave me a couple more tapes. So there's also this one, Sound Stories Volume 1, Saturday morning. There's a whole little description on here. The audio on this tape is a contained performance of a ritual, one that I performed 104 times over a period of 2 years. It's a narrative study of sound, the telling of a series of events without the elements of visuals or verbal storytelling. So essentially, like, it's just field recordings and stuff of like various activities. Like, I don't know, it's like a sound of brushing teeth at one point, and things like that. And yeah, some other like I think like instruments and noise and stuff worked in. Pretty interesting experimental things. I don't know. I can't say I like was blown away by it or anything, but it was an interesting listen for sure, and clearly like a whole concept that was executed according to their vision. So that was cool. And then yeah, there's this one, Hyacinth, a budding reconciliation of values. I guess this is just a different project by Andrew, and it's essentially like a drone project. I guess like accordion drone. There's an accordion on the cover. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like just very dense. There's like again, there's another list of just like all the instruments and whatnot that were used for it. Yeah, cool, like dense, thick, layered kind of drone music essentially. Pretty good stuff. I enjoyed it. And then moving on to some CDs that I acquired from people at the Noise Picnic. There's this one from I got from Dustin, who does the project Chasing Ghosts. This is an album by Chasing Ghosts and Jana Lee. It's a nice little gatefold type of thing here. And yeah, I actually just listened to this the other day for the first time, and it is basically like, it's like harsh noise, almost like harsh noise wall for a lot of it, but with some kind of like droney atmospheric stuff worked in, some kind of like death industrial elements too, and also then Jana Lee's vocals doing this kind of like ritualistic singing, kind of improvised singing over top. Pretty interesting combination of sounds here, and yeah, I really like the noise. It's very crisp and dense and heavy, and yeah, there's some like spoken word poetry kind of stuff too. Pretty cool album. I definitely enjoyed this one. If you're looking to play like a noise or experimental show in Philly, I would definitely hit up Dustin. And then next, I got 3 CDs from Paul, who does the project Collapsing. He actually spent the night at my place after the Noise Picnic, and we did a little bit of a recording session the next morning, which was very fun. But yeah, he gave me, I guess, what the first 3 releases on the label Spaceship Lullabies, which I forget if this is his label or if it might be John Wooten's label, who does the project Phantom Chapels, which is what this first release is. So this is called Cycles, and John Wooten does. He sets up shows at the Clearbrook Center of the Arts in Virginia, which I've played several shows at, and he's always been very nice and good to work with. So yeah, this is his project. I thought there was no CD in here at first, but it's just painted black. It's kind of cool. This is basically the first 3 tracks are like ambient synth stuff. I thought it was just going to be an ambient album, and then it transitions to like more beat oriented, like down tempo kind of stuff, like think like Boards of Canada. It's pretty good. It's pretty just chill, relaxing listen. The QR code here, if you scan it on your phone, takes you to a Google Drive like audio file. It's just like a minute long, and it has like a pitch down. Basically John speaking in like a pitch down voice, just saying the liner notes and just like how this little EP came about essentially, which I thought was a pretty interesting approach to doing liner notes. But yeah, pretty nice. The next one is Improvisations by Collapsing, Joshua Marquez, and Glow Hazel. I don't know who those last couple artists are, but yeah, this is essentially, I mean, it's improvisations. It's, pretty, you get what's advertised here. It's kind of like electroacoustic improvisation, I guess, free improvisation. It's a lot of different instruments and electronics all coming together to make all sorts of weird sounds. Some of it gets more harsh and noisy, and some of it gets more musically oriented, kind of all over the spectrum. But it's really good stuff. Really well done, enjoyable. Sort of a Mondrian-esque artwork on the disc here, and yeah, yeah, just really really good listen. A lot of fun sounds to be had here. And then this is a solo album by Collapsing, Tornado Trombone Fungus, and some cool collage art. I really like this one. This is it has a little bit of like the stuff on that improvisations thing, kind of like messing around with instruments and electronics, but a little bit more of a focus on the electronic noise aspects. Some kind of industrial sounds. Several of the tracks feature his like sound poetry that he's been doing a lot of recently. So it's kind of all over the place, but it all is just done really well. It's a very entertaining, fun listen. Yeah, highly recommend this one. It's really good stuff. All right, and then finally we're going to move on to the last bundle of releases here, which are all from my Australian friend Johnny. I think I mentioned in the last collection video, I was showing off the album that we put out recently. Should be getting a wider release on Imploding Sounds at some point next year. But yeah, essentially when I sent him his copies of that album, as well as some various things that I'd put together, he also then sent me a package with a bunch of his releases from his label Abyss CDR. So I'll show some of those off here. First we got this one by Yu Murakami, The Struggle Before Dawn. This is a very pretty kind of ambience with some kind of noise worked in, which is very lush, atmospheric, pretty short release. All these releases are relatively short for the most part, kind of like EP length. So yeah, and there's nothing really going on insert there, but or the J card. But yeah, really really beautiful, pretty stuff. I enjoyed this. And then there's a tape by Literal Cave, which is Johnny's main like noise project. This one is called Obliterated Cave, I think. Right? Is that what it says? Yeah. So it has just a kind of standard tape there. This little card, you can pause and read that if you want. It's pretty entertaining. Goodness is still possible. I'd consider this like melodic noise, I guess. Like it gets a little harsh at points, but it always has that undercurrent of melodic ambient drone kind of stuff going on. So it really balances both ends of the spectrum very well. Very good stuff. Next we got a few like mini CDs to show off. And this one is actually like a little business card CD kind of thing, which is pretty interesting. I don't think I have any others that are in this little format. But yeah, it's literally just like this card. You can kind of just like sit in your CD player. It's like a 5-minute track. It Draws Near. I'm pretty sure this is Johnny, a project of his, or it might be someone else. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's like a kind of scary sounding like noise drone kind of stuff. Pretty cool. I mean, obviously it's just, really interesting format here. And then we got Zwei Kreis ATMF BIOS. Yeah, I don't know anything about this artist, but it's sort of like ambient drone with some kind of like little noises worked in. Not like full on noise, I would say, more on the atmospheric side of things, sort of, I don't know, futuristic sounding, I guess you could say. And the little CD inside, just a simple white thing. And then there's this one, which is Pink. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm gonna be honest. Architractor. This is CD's pink. That's a nice touch. Kind of like it's just electronic noise. Very, I don't know, very electronic. Like there's a lot of bleeps and bloops and kind of sounds. I don't know how to describe it beyond that. Sort of like like Onkyo, but more dense and chaotic than that stuff tends to be. And then we got YYED, however you want to pronounce that. Two reflections in parallel. Let's see. Yep. So this is kind of like electroacoustic. There's like field recordings and various noises and electronics mixed in. A lot of just like crisp, detailed, textural kind of sounds. Yeah, it's good. I really enjoy it. And it has this cool spray painted thing going on here on the CD. So yeah, a lot of fun little mini CDs. And yeah, actually, the last thing with mini CDs is this one. So this is Game Center Voyeur. And it was released under Johnny's like full name, John Zacharopoulos. And the concept for this one is he took a trip to Japan and went to like I think a couple arcades, or yeah, like maybe 3 different ones, maybe more, a few different ones. And just like recorded the sounds of these like Japanese kind of game centers, essentially. So it's just field recordings, but you just get all these different, bleeps and bloops and sound effects and, people talking and whatnot. But it's pretty cool. It's an interesting soundscape. So yeah, and I really like the packaging of this. It's like this kind of hard board, and it has the CDs just mounted to these little pegs. So yeah, and then you get the like 100 yen coin or whatever printed on it. So very cool. And then yeah, the last thing I have to show off here is another Literal Cave album. It's packaged in this whole envelope with some nice collage art on the front. Open it up, and inside there's a booklet with a bunch of collage art as well as tape. It's called Cascading Rose System, and I'll just kind of flip through it here so you can see a little bit of the arts. Get the idea. Yeah, really cool collage art, all kind of like aquatic and blue. And yeah, let's see, the music on this, I don't remember too much what it exactly sounded like, but it's just like, yeah, it's just noise with some kind of ambient, atmospheric aspects worked in, but I guess pretty harsh at points too. So yeah, anyways, that was a lot of stuff. I hope you enjoyed watching, and yeah, if you're not aware, talking about Johnny and all this stuff, me and him, and as well as my friend and frequent collaborator Slater, we made a podcast recently called International Actionists, and it's all about noise and talking about different aspects of noise culture and whatnot. And we put the first episode out already. It's on my channel. The second one will be coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See ya.